president is coming a little bit late, and then there's nothing that's going to stop them from moving.
One would think that, yes, the intervention of the president is coming a little bit late.
Yeah.
I mean, one would think that he would have, done this. But like they say, like those who are very optimistic will say, better late than never.
Yep.
But the people I'm seeing right now in this dilemma is people like the Senate President and the Speaker, who are very, very principled players, key players to this whole
the RAPC defection move,
PDP move. They are very key to it. So everybody is just waiting. I mean, I was reading a report where somebody spoke on the condition of anonymity, said that what the SP is doing is delaying their plan. I mean, whatever they want to have, they are not moved. They are moving. And
that it's going to be dicey in a couple of weeks from now. Let's just hope and see exactly what's going to happen. The Kawu Baraje faction are still, spitting fire. They feel that there is no amount of juicy carrots, flung in their faces will make them to change their decision. And as we speak, they are also saying that they are ready to move away from the ruling APC. And don't forget, the PDP is also trying to ensure that they have a very strong and formidable coalition, to try to unseat the APC come 2019. All of those things working together. Today, the National Working Committee of the PDP will be having their emergency meeting. The word emergency rings a lot of bells, in the political space. And that means that we'll have a lot of stories at the end of the day. But if their meeting is anything to go by, and the commitment of the RAPC to shift or to change a camp is anything to go by also, I am very, very sure that, at the end of the day, the coalition is really going to stand.
We are also hearing that there are silent moves in the National Assembly for a massive defection as well, because the NPDP have their members there, the RAPC have their members there, and they have been silent on the ground tones about a planned mass defection. And once that happens, we would see a very quick paradigm shift in the majority in the House, and that will not spell well for the ruling APC, because they would, if that happens, they will become the minority in the House, which will not spell well for them. And we know that a man like Adams Oshiomhole is trying so hard to meet and everything, but the truth is, like many political watchers have been saying, this is coming rather late. I mean, this should have been nipped in the bud at least early this year. They wouldn't say there were no signs. I mean, this would have been taken care of a long time ago. But now we are less than 7 months to the election, or less than 8 months to the election, and I mean, all of this is happening. A man like Atiku Abubakar is still touring the country.
Has already declared his intention, some couple of days ago in Adamawa State.
He's going on his rallies. I mean, he has a gigantic presidential campaign office here in Abuja. He's just watching them and just going ahead with his ambition. So all of these things are what political voters are looking and saying, 2019 will be really interesting. We hope in all of this interest, no life is lost, no mayhem is done in society. Let them play their game. Let's watch and let's see who the new group of leaders will be. But most importantly, nobody's life needs to go down for all of this. They can go back and forth parties. They can do what they want to do, but let them not involve the other Nigerians' lives.
Very true, Daniel. I'm talking about the campaign of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. During the campaign that happened over the weekend, some key cabinet members of the Adamawa State government defected to the opposition, PDP. Some commissioners, about 5 or 6 of them defected, and some other members of the State House of Assembly. That might not be speaking well as far as that part of this country is concerned. And if you look at it, the comments of the newly sworn-in chairman of the APC talking about Adams Oshiomhole, when he came out to say that Kawu Baraje faction of the RAPC will not give the ruling APC sleepless nights, that they don't have anything to worry about and all that. And if you marry all of this together, you at the end of the day draw a conclusion that there are likelihood that this defection might see the light of the day.
Just like we had the spokesman for the RAPC on set last week talking about Chief Kashim Afebwa. He came and said that what you hear in the media, what you hear when you hear the APC spokesman or the APC chairman going to say that group is non-existent, we don't see them. He said, but behind, they are running on they are holding meetings. There is so
day
much,
and night.
there is so much tension, but they come out to tell you nothing
to douse the tension.
That was what he said. And after we had the first coalition with the PDP, the RAPC, the NPDP, and other parties, numbering about more than 40 of them, we had another group of 20 small political parties come and say together. We're doing the coalition for the president, for Buhari, for APC. According to him, Prince Kashim, when he came, he said that there were intel information that all those parties were giving money by those G3 in the presidency to come and form a coalition, and that there's so much G3 and but whatever it is, I mean, there's so much that's going to happen. There's so much is going to happen. Kaduna State is a state that's gradually drifting to the PDP. Whether you like it or not, they are gradually drifting. We can see that one senatorial zone already has been with the PDP for since 2015. The two that was with the APC are having issues now. Hunkuki and Shehu Sani are on their way out, and they have their massive followership. Talking about the president's home state, Katsina, we hear reports that the APC is divided into 3 different factions: the Al-Qaeda, the RAPC, and the APC. How come the president cannot put things together in his home state? Talking about the speaker's home state, Bauchi State, they are even the APC there is constituting like a court case against the speaker, and the speaker too has his own responsibilities, who was saying they will not be part of this, and all of this back and forth. The governor is not in good terms with the speaker, and there's so much drama. Adamawa, you shouldn't be shocked. Vice President, the ex-president, he seemed to be like the father of Adamawa State. When he even defected, there was the heavy shake-up in the party in Adamawa State.
Definitely.
Now he has gone there to officially make his intention known. Look at the mammoth crowd. In fact, there were, from what we saw in the pages of the paper yesterday and this morning, there were some speculations that the governor being down sponsored
75 million.
Yes, and he's come out to say, I did not sponsor.
Even if you do sponsor, you don't come out to tell us.
Definitely. But he cannot deny the fact that he sees Atiku as a father.
Political father.
Yes, he's a father figure to them. I mean, we saw sometime in this administration where the Minister of Women Affairs came out boldly to say that Atiku is her political father, that where he goes, she's come out to say it. And people who thought the president would have done a shake-up in the cabinet and probably taken her out. But she's still there. She's still the Minister of Women Affairs, and nothing has happened to her. So, these people know where their loyalty lies. There will be lots of shake-up. There will be lots of shake. We are yet to see drama.
A lot of
shake-up. See drama. There's a lot of things that will happen. But we're counting down. The space is becoming really intense. Let's see what that. But I'm sure that it would take a very serious supernatural force to stop the planned defection or the campaign from happening.
I also saw a reporter yesterday, talking about the Benue State governor who sometime last week came out to say that, okay, everything is fine, I'm still with the APC. I saw a report yesterday, where he also came out to say, no, nothing is going to stop me from moving out of the APC, and
talking about Autumn.
Talking about Autumn. That nothing is going to stop him from moving out of the APC. He made that statement in Abuja over the weekend when some thief community, paid him a courtesy visit when he was in Abuja. If that comment is anything to go by, that is also to tell you that Benue State might, gradually be drifting, out of the ruling APC, maybe to another political party, as we speak.
Yes, there have been back and forth accusations on Benue State. There have been back and forth accusations. We hear the party accusing the governor of owing salaries, and we also hear that the national chairman and the leadership of the party from the national level has said that they will not give automatic return tickets to governors on their state platform, on the party platform that is owing salary. They've said that several times. And the party is accusing the governor of not paying salaries. That is why it's shaky for him to get a second ticket, a second term ticket. Now the public secretary of the party, just the day after the governor came to Abuja to meet with Adams Oshiomhole, resigned from the party. He has not announced a new party yet, but he has left the party, which is a big one. He's a spokesman of the party. He should be privy to some information. He should have some information at his disposal. I see him saying that he wants to leave the party. The governor on one hand is saying they have frozen him out of the party. He meets with Adams Oshiomhole, and he says, well, no red card, he's not leaving. And the next minute, we'll hear again that he said that nobody can stop his defection. Well, we can't take away the fact that the meeting that was held in Ilorin at the instance of Kao Baraje's mother's death was not just a condolence meeting. It was a meeting that I'm sure these big wigs must have spoken about a few things. We can talk about the fact that we saw Governor Wike at that meeting, we saw Governor Otom at that meeting, we saw Saraki, we saw Dogara, we saw Kao Baraje, we saw the governor of Kwara State, Ahmed. Lots of big names we saw there at the party. We saw Tambowa at the part at that meeting as well. You know, I mean, big wigs were there. A lot of things going on, and anyone who thinks this is just a child's play should rethink. You know, the president or the presidency should quickly know what they are doing, because if they want to react and say yes, we are incumbents and all, it may not save them this time. It may not save them this time.
All right, Daniel, I think at this point let's take a short break so that we can open the lines for our viewers out there to contribute on this very salient topic and others that we'll be throwing out to them. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Please stay.
National Assembly Senate and House Committees on Capital Markets and Institutions, in collaboration with SEC and other stakeholders, invites you to the second Capital Market Stakeholders Forum. Theme: Capital Market as a Catalyst for Economic Growth and Development. Date: Monday 23rd July 2018. Time: 9 a.m. prompt. Venue: Ladikwali Hall, Sheraton Hotel and Towers, Abuja. Special guest of honor: Professor Yemi Osinbajo, GCON SAN, Vice President, Federal Republic. Chief host, Senator Dr. Bukola Saraki, President of the Senate, Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, Speaker, House of Representatives.
Other dignitaries include Mrs. Kenny Adeosun, Minister of Finance, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, Governor CBN, Ms. Mary Uduk, Acting DG SEC, Mr. Ben Akabweze, DG Budget Office, Mr. Bimbola Ogumbanjo, President NSE, Dr. Samshuddin Usman, former Finance Minister, as well as other market experts. The Joint Committee on Capital Market and Institutions. Announcer.
Is it not even better that we have a corrupt man who know what we, the youth of Nigeria, want? Trump, as you are saying, Trump is corrupt. Now he's the best president so far. Look at the economy of USA. When the government, you understand, is afraid of the citizen, there is liberty, love, development. But in a situation whereby the citizen is afraid of the government, that is that tyranny. Nigeria is this is tyranny, era of tyranny. You understand? And you cannot take it away. As far as we Nigerians are concerned, Abacha is one of the best presidents we have. And Obasanjo, you understand? And Obasanjo, all these people are corrupt. So is it not better we even have people who they said is corrupt that will come and solve our problem in this country than people who say that they are sent, that things are not moving. Our economy is shut down, many things is shut down, nothing is working. So what are we now saying?
What we are passing through in Nigeria is in fact, is not what we expected. You understand? Even so the Nigerian that voted for, because personally myself, I never voted for Buhari for one day. My vote was not casted for him because I know him right from history. When we were in Lagos, then there was a massive unemployment. Then there was no job. People suffer to eat. Then that was why I didn't give him one vote. And I am telling you, this one, I am not giving him one single vote. My community is not giving him one single vote.
Forget about people who see themselves as if they are the ones to decide. He said he's not going to vote for Buhari. That is left for him. He cannot say his community will not vote for Buhari because he don't know even his brother, his immediate brother, will like Buhari more than he did. You understand? That is how you think. We must pass through a wilderness to get to the promised land. What PDP has been doing to this country is only God. If you give them that chance again, we will derail. We'll get back to where we have been into. Eh? So we better suffer it now and our future restored.
This government came on the promise that they are going to make Nigeria better. And on discovering, they discovered that there are a lot of messes, which to clean up that messes, it will not take 1 or 2 years, or even 3 years, or one single term. That means 4 years in government. But I discovered that by giving the government more time, maybe about 8 years or more, we can now start crediting them that yes, they've done this, they've done that. But for the past 3 years of this government, apart from the insecurity that is caused by our own people here in the north central of the Middle Belt extraction, I discovered that yes, this man is really, and the party is really doing well for our people.
The Buhari government is one of the best government we've witnessed. One, Buhari have plan for our generation yet unborn. And Buhari is one we reserve our voter card for till 2023 before we decide who will enter the villa. Because some of us that bring Buhari there, we are still backing Buhari till 2023. And we are happy with his government. The cabinet of Buhari government is people we want. They are intelligent. They are very intelligent. And they are doing what we want. They are protecting our interests. The interest of our generation yet unborn. And our church, we mobilize people. We urge people. We appeal to you to reserve the voters card and continue with Buhari. Thank you, Nigerians.
We're glad to know you're still hooked onto People's Television, hitting you live from the capital city, in Abuja. We're talking about the RAPC and their intention to defect to other parties. How credible is all of that? So the question will be posed to you, and we'd like to hear what your own take is on that matter. The RAPC says Buhari's intervention is coming rather late. So do you agree, or what is your position ahead of the 2019 election? All right, Daniel, still back with the RAPC. Either we like it or not, there are indications that the political waters, before the 2019 general elections will be a little bit troubled. And we've started seeing the signs, and the signs are not palatable, especially for the ruling All Progressives Congress. Even the opposition is having its own pocket of, troubles here and there. As we speak, there are no, clear pictures of who will eventually emerge as the presidential candidate of the opposition. And some other parties, we've seen, the pastor of one of the churches declaring that he wants to run, and he's also appealing to the APC and the PDP to adopt him as the sole presidential candidate, talking about Pastor Kuti. But that's just on a lighter note. Now, let's look at all of this together and see what exactly the 2019 general elections, especially as it relates to the presidency, what is going to turn out to become. Because like you rightly said before we went for that break, the political ambition of anybody is not worth the life of any Nigerian also. So are we going to see a free and fair, credible election despite the skirmishes of defection here and there?
Well, the truth is, looking at party politics to start with, first of all, in the PDP, we know that the tickets will be thrown open, the contest will be thrown open, everybody can go pick tickets. But there's already some sort of wrangling right now in the APC, where the group of the leadership is saying, let's just give, let's make the president
the sole candidate.
Yeah. And some other presidential candidates who we know have ambitions and saying that is not fair. Someone like Kwankwaso has come out to say that, it would not make sense to give the president an all straight up ticket. This only
and don't forget, sorry to cut you short, he came second during the 2015 presidential primaries of the APC.
He came second.
Yeah, so that means he must have tried to go through his political itinerary and see that maybe if I go this time around, I might just emerge the presidential candidate. So why give it to one man?
Very true.
Yeah.
And these are things that will in turn affect the party. Once they do this, they don't give a level playing ground. One thing I know, because I was tackling a Labour leader who is also a member of the APC, who has a soft spot for the APC. Let me not say he's a member. And I was telling him, I'm having a talk, and I'm saying, why does the APC, resort to consensus every time? And every time they go to consensus, why don't they open up the contest? Why don't they throw it out? Let everybody contest. Let everybody go to the polls. Let everybody, campaign. Why do they? He said that actually the process of getting a consensus is actually democratic, and it's the game of politics. And I chuckled and said, because if you look at the process of how the national chairman came up, you would not want to dare contest with a man who has the president's blessing. You would not want to do it. And at the same time, you wouldn't also want to dare with a man also who has the national chairmanship's blessing for the presidential race. So this is leaving the people in the party thinking this is not internal democracy. However it is, they have a way of doing that. They're coming out to the PDP. The PDP needs to get their act together, because if they want to oust a sitting president or an incumbent leader, it will take a lot of work. We saw the work that began with the APC merger, the ACN, the ANPP, the CPC.
Yeah.
We saw the work that came there, and we saw how they all worked hard to ensure that they removed Goodluck Jonathan or the PDP from office. Yeah. That work started almost
long time ago,
almost more than a year before the elections.
Yeah.
And we're talking about months here. But what we are not seeing, Pius, is that though many political watchers have said that them having this drama now and this planned defection or not to defect is coming now. It's coming late compared to what happened last time. But in this time, what they fail to see is whatever happens now has the ability to pull down any of the sides. If the RAPC and the NPDP pulls out at this time, sincerely, it will take the APC some sort of strength to get up on their feet. Now, if the NPDP and the RAPC also pulls out and don't plan themselves well, they may just be losers at the end. So any of this pulling has the ability to pull down any of the parties, any of the people involved in this, which we must look really well. Now, I was just reading before you came in, I was just reading some things, and I saw that the allegations back and forth about what the APC government or what they offered some leaders of the NPDP and the RAPC, one of the spokesperson for the NPDP was saying, if you like, offer them oil wells and return
blocks
and return tickets and all of that, it will not stop the defection. I saw a statement that was credited to Karl Baraje on the National Daily this morning when he said, we will defect with
or without Saraki.
Saraki.
Very correct.
Very, very strong statement there. And we know how close he is to Saraki. That is a very, very, very strong one. I also saw one. Saraki replied and said, we were not offered, you know, oil wells and return tickets, all of that. But back and forth. I mean, wherever this is coming from, it means that there is something went down. That's just what it means. Something went down. That's very true.
That's very true. The RAPC might have to really work hard, and then the APC might also have to put their house in order. The coming in of Adams Oshiomhole, raised a lot of hope that the crisis rocking the party, will soon be put to rest. But as we speak, instead of we seeing all of that come into play, it's as if, the fire is being, reignited, and then we're seeing a lot of comments, very strong comments coming from the RAPC. Do all of your offerings, dangle all of the juicy carrots in our faces. We are not going to stay. I think that's a pointer to the fact that, these guys have really made up their mind. But the issue now is that no one knows exactly what and where, they are defected to. But that is also, and I know that's also another political, political game or political tactics, for them not to reveal exactly where they're going to. But as we speak, if this position is anything to go by, talking about the fact that they are no more willing to stay within the APC. If their defection plan is anything to go by, I think the national chairman of the APC should look into all of this and ensure that he puts all of this to rest as quickly as possible. Now, still dwelling with the RAPC, but moving away a little bit. Let's talk about the governorship primaries that went up, in Osun State, where the dancing senator, actually clinched the ticket for the PDP, for the opposition. And the margin was just quite low. I think it was just like 7 votes. That was what he used in defeating, his closest rival. His closest rival.
Anyway, from the stories that we're reading here on the National Daily, Ogubi is saying to feel like something went wrong.
Yeah.
He feels he should have won. And he has come out to say, and I quote, "I will reclaim my ticket from Adeleke." That statement is credited to Ogubi, who came second at the primaries. Well, you can't take it away from Adeleke. Adeleke has earned his popularity
in the shortest possible time.
Yes, I mean, we know how he claims the ticket to represent his people in the National Assembly. And
after the demise of his brother.
So, and I'm sure he has, banked on that. Probably he has furnished that process or that selling point. He has furnished it and has come out to clinch the ticket for the governorship seat in Ekiti State, in Osun State. And trust me, we cannot say now, but with the work that we see, that I will not say the work he has done as per infrastructure, but the work he has done as regards social wise, how people see him as the dancing senator, as the one who is quite fun and everything. He may just have, even if you call it sympathy votes, he may just have the
be walking into the government house.
Yes, you don't take it for granted. That was the way he was dancing, and he said he was dancing, and he danced his way to the National Assembly. Don't forget that he was. People think he said dancing as a senator. No, his nephew, the popular pop artist, long time ago, sang a song and referred to his cousin, that is his son, Leke's son, who is his cousin, and said, Shinorambo, Mufejo Ijo, Baba Shinorambo. You understand? I want to dance the dance of my cousin's, that's my uncle. So it means that from home, they've known him to be a very lively and a dancing person. Several times, the video has come and said that his uncle is like that, they used to dance. And we've seen videos of parties and events where he does a lot. When he went for his campaign, he showed up himself. When he was a Glad winner, he showed himself. When he was sworn in, he showed. So this has somehow sold him out. So even if you say it's so frivolous, don't underrate the fact that he may just have sympathy votes and he may just walk his way into the government house. You can't take that away from him. But I think the APC needs to work really hard, because we hear report that the Osun State SSG is set to dump the party. you know, many of the people who contested for the ticket in State under the APC, who was kicked against direct primaries. When I had Prince Kasim here of the RPC, I asked him what the difference between direct primaries and delegate primaries is. He said direct primaries is more like our elections, how we go to the polls, every ward, every local government, every council will go to the polls, we'll carry our party card, will be like our PVCs, and we'll line up and vote. That is direct primaries. But delegates is where they pick some certain delegates that represent some certain places, and they come to the center and they vote. Now we understand that delegate primaries tend to work more time for some politicians who have so much money, because they can decide to camp, you know, some delegates in a hotel, in their house, give them envelopes, and some party bigwigs, some godfathers believe that I control maybe delegates from at least 15 or 16 wards. I have them, I can camp them and give them money and they'll vote for you. So according to the party, that's the APC, they feel if we do direct primaries, we will stop all of this. There won't be need for any political godfather, anybody who thinks he has so much money. But in the long run, people will spend more, because you don't have to start going to every ward and tell all those people, all those your party members that see take this money, vote for me, and that boils to the fact that we need to grow above cash for votes politics in this country. I mean, next year will be 20 years as a democracy that has stayed that long, constant democracy. We need to grow past that level. We need to, you know, begin to see ourselves as a mature democracy. A young man who is 20 years old, all things being equal, should be warming up to leave the university. Definitely. If he hasn't left, if he's in a private school, should have left the university, warming up to serve. You know, and so there is some level of maturity that comes to mind, and we need to begin to think of how we can stop this money politics and go for people that we know would work for us. 2019 is fast coming. Trust me, Pius, will get lots of drama. We'll see. In fact, we haven't said, let's say we're expecting to see things from this week, because there are speculations that by the end of July, we will see massive drama. Massive movement. Massive drama. I mean, yes.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the political space is becoming much more interesting, and you know, the players are also warming up. You know, also let me you know, take us into the football season. Also, you know, this is a season for transfers. You know, where you can buy players and also sell players. So free transfers. Yeah, free transfers. You pay off the contract and pull the player over. You know? So all of this is also playing in our political space. So maybe Mourinho will be interested in buying any of our players, our political players. So I think Mourinho should be in Nigeria to check out who and who to buy. Maybe he can also decide to buy the president. You know, back to Man United.
but one thing that the presidency and those around the president must look at also is the fact that there are some things that should have been done by now. Yeah. Pius, we still have more than 30 agencies run by acting DGs. We still have over 4,000 board appointments not done yet. I mean, look at the case of NSITF. There've been massive corruption in that institution, and now we hear reports that the Minister of Labour, that agency is under his purview. He's telling the APC that the corruption is the reason why the board hasn't been instituted. But this corruption case just came out a couple of weeks, just 2 weeks ago, and the board was due since 2015. But this corruption case just came out a couple of days ago, where we heard that they were collecting dress allowances, DSTV subscription allowances, generator service allowances, to the tune of over 60 billion. As the corruption in NSITF was really heartbreaking when it came out. Unaccounted for, nothing was done. You know, but now we're seeing all of that come into play. We hope that those responsible. We also hear of a new media bill that is coming up right now. But the NUJ and the Editors Guild of Nigeria has come out quickly to reply the presidency or those responsible for that bill that this bill will not see the light of the day. Give our viewers more insight into that bill, because I mean, thank God we have people in the media space, in the broadcasting space, in the field of journalism who will stand firm and say some of these things will not work.
I think that bill is just, you know, a way of curtailing or cowing the media into doing their bids. But as we speak, I'm not sure that will see the light of the day.
That's a wrong move.
Yeah,
it's a wrong move.
It's a wrong move.
We can't be doing that now. We're talking about your party, internal party members are not happy that appointments have not been made, board appointments have not been made. Just last week we had 3 DGs sent to National Assembly for
confirmation.
3, and we still have over 30 or so still run by acting DGs. The same day they were sent, the same day the Southeast Caucus of the Senate came out to say that the president's appointment is loop-sided. And I mean, whatever it is, anybody who's making accusations, you have some sort of reason. You've given them some sort of reason to make such allegations, which is not good for the party. It's probably the internal democracy of the party. They need to watch it. APC needs to watch it. They need to call the president to order. They need to sit to him and tell him there are things that need to be done, which he's not doing.
Well, and that protest, don't forget, was led by the Deputy Senate President, Ike Ekweremadu, where he came up to say that there are a lot of stuff happening around, in the APC, where, appointments are being done, loop-sidedly. We just hope that the APC will do all of that and then ensure that they put their house in order. And don't forget, the 2019 election, they are saying that dangling carrots won't help APC. That's coming from the RAPC. The dangling carrots won't help APC. RAPC wants presidency. Now, if that statement is anything to go by, Daniel, I think these people are really ready to move out and also ensure that they move out en masse. No matter how much you feel aggrieved, I believe that once you are being appeased, with one juicy carrots or juicy oil block, some people will feel, why not just take it and keep quiet? But these people are saying, no, hold your juicy carrots. We are not interested. All we are interested in is pulling out.
This is a reflection of what Prince Kashim Bekwa said when he said that they are coming out to say nothing is going to happen. We are still, who's RAPC, who's MPDP, we don't have factions. They have gone to court, to charge
stop the RAPC
with impersonation and all of that. But now we are hearing of juicy carrots and return tickets and all of that. These guys are minded made up. This is coming rather late, but I would just say that all those who are making offers should not relent. They can keep on pressing to ensure that they talk to them and see what they can come out with.
Very true. Daniel, let's take yet another break, and then when we come back, we'll keep you abreast of happenings in and around the country, especially as it relates to our political space. And don't forget, by 10 or thereabout, we'll be hooking up with our outside broadcasting team for the live session of the 2nd Annual Capital Market Summit. So don't go anywhere. It's going to be loaded for you today. We'll be right back. Please stay.
National Assembly Senate and House Committees on Capital Markets and Institutions, in collaboration with SEC and other stakeholders, invite you to the 2nd Capital Market Stakeholders Forum. Theme: Capital Market as a catalyst for economic growth and development. Date: Monday 23rd July 2018. Time: 9 a.m. prompt. Venue: Ladikwali Hall, Sheraton Hotel and Towers, Abuja. Special guest of honor: Professor Yemi Oshibajo, GCON SAN, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chief host: Senator Dr. Bukola Saraki, President of the Senate. Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, Speaker, House of Representatives.
Other dignitaries include Mrs. Kenny Adeosun, Minister of Finance, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, Governor CBN, Ms. Mary Uduk, Acting DG SEC, Mr. Ben Akabweze, DG Budget Office, Mr. Bimbola Ogumbanjo, President NSE, Dr. Shamsuddin Usman, former Finance Minister, as well as other market experts. The Joint Committee on Capital Markets and Institutions. Announcer.
And here we go then. Great atmosphere and the allure and glamour of this International Champions Cup. Rashford inside the area, Rashford scores! Well, it's been chucked home by Marquinhos. Chiellini has scored. Pastore in the box. And Mondi! Iwobi, yes! Arsenal level it. Oh, what a goal! An absolute doozy.
It's new, it's here. It's premium entertainment for everyone from August 1st. Get popping every day with Ebony Life TV. Mondays are for Nollywood. Tuesdays are for novellas. The Next Generation have a blast on Wednesdays. Thursdays are for drama. Fridays are there to excite you and binge every weekend.
Plastic bags. I'll say every day.
Plastic bag. Wow. I might say every day.
There is nothing I make use of in my shop as leather. I use about 2 packages of leather every day.
Packing several things, clothes. It could be clothes at times. It could just be maybe items from the market, as in when you buy foodstuffs. Even packing other plastic bottles too, and virtually anything that needs to be packed. Most of the times we use plastic bags for them.
Or if I'm going to somewhere like the market or a shop or something, I'll definitely have to use a plastic bag.
For me, my business revolves around that. You can imagine coming to buy a pair of shoes and I'll just give you in your hands. What will happen? Will I ask you to put it in your handbag? No, I can't do without it. And then what if I come to the market and I want to buy tomato or whatever? What happens? Where will I put my stuff?
Leather, they help my business in many ways because of many customers, they cannot buy your market without leather now. They may not be, it will not be portable for them to carry it to their home. So there is portability being using leather in terms of putting the materials, that putting the goods that you have sold to the customers, so that it will be easy to carry to the car for them.
Because I need it for everything. I need it for my waste bin, I need to pack some things, I need it for everything.
I'm a fashion designer. Most times if my clients want to see me, I go with my bags, because when I come here, I always come with clothes. That's the reason I'm using it.
Well, it depends on the quality of the plastic bag and the size. For instance, if it's like the big polythene bags, we recycle. We could still use it to maybe pack clothes later. We could still use it at home for maybe pack refuse before we dispose of it. But if it's the smaller ones that maybe you used to carry, like something like fish or things that will still leave stain or smells in it, we dispose of it immediately.
So if it's perishable things, I'll definitely throw it. But if it's like about clothes, we usually keep it in a basket in my house, so we can use it for other things. Yes.
I don't know, but I think a long while.
Oh, this question, Oga. The question is too big. Leather can take, to me, maybe 1 year. It will decompose within a year.
Like a month? I don't know. Like a month.
My God, I'm sure it takes long, because I think those are the things that you usually see that last a very long time inside all of the refuse dump and all those things. Most times when you go to pack stuff from a refuse dump, some other things might have decomposed over time, but of course the plastic bags would just be there sticking out. So I'm sure it takes a long time.
I have no idea.
I guess for my little age, or for my little staying in this earth, I've never come across that one. Plastic bag. It don't decay easily. I've never seen it.
Well, how long it decomposes? How long? Because okay, well, at least from my own little knowledge of plastic, I know it's not biodegradable, so I know it takes a long time. Maybe I say 50 years thereabouts for it to actually decompose, because of the kind of material it's made out of. So, but I'm not sure about. But I know it's a very long time actually.
Wow. A month? Or a year. It depends. A year.
That's impossible. Hi. That's impossible. No.
I cannot agree. It takes 150 years to decompose in the soil. So I may believe it since I don't have any knowledge on it.
You don't say. Then we should reconsider, really.
I'm just hearing it for the first time.
For a nylon bag to decompose after 100 something years, I don't know. Maybe only a scientist can tell that, not me.
That's a lot of pollution for the ecosystem actually, because since it doesn't decompose on its own,
Definitely, even in because okay, well, I dispose of it through
Alright, glad to know that you're still hooked onto People's Television. We're hitting you right from Abuja, the city center and the seat of power. I still have Daniel in the studio anyway, but very quickly, we'll just try to wrap up this segment of the new day. We'll be hooking up with our outside broadcasting team, like I told you earlier on, where we'll bring you the live session of the second Capital Market Summit that is ongoing in Abuja. So wherever you are, just sit tight because that transmission will be coming on very shortly. Daniel, it's time for us to leave this part of the studio, move to our next studio where we'll be able to hook up with our outside broadcasting team. So for the RAPC, we wish them good luck. For the APC, we wish them good luck.
For the NPDP,
we wish them good luck. And for the PDP, we also wish them good luck. And for other parties,
yes, we wish them good. Other parties,
luck,
yes, they need to come up on the game now and stop leaving this contest to these two, these two
main
guys
parties
that are becoming a cliche now. We're tired of them. We need somebody to come up,
some fresh hands, some fresh parties.
Come up and rise up and just Anyway. Pastor.
All right, tomorrow will be yet another day where we'll come your way again with yet another interesting topic where you will be also, we'll also give you the opportunity to air your views. We hope you stay glued to PTV because the next thing that will be hitting your screen is the live session of the second annual summit on Capital Market coming all the way from Abuja. And from us here, we say thank you for watching today's edition of New Day. Till I and Daniel, maybe tomorrow, hit your screen again. Stay out of trouble. And remember, Nigeria will definitely be great again. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.
Dab. Yes. One day as I the dab they go. Now I see my neighbor on top electric pole. No be how my hold so. Before. So climb every day. Come on electric bill. You not gree pay.
Waiting concern you for there. I beg you. Come over here.
Okay, oh. I don't talk my own. As I dab reach house. Yay! Fire! Fire! My brand new flat screen.
Hold up.
Waiting concern you for there. I beg you. Come over here.
Government property, na my property. If you don't come down now, I go report.
No be only report. Na report card.
dab 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 dab. Yes. Dab 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 dab. Yes.
My name is Jane and I am 18, and this is where I hang out with my friends. We are deeply concerned about the problems facing Nigeria, but when it comes to doing something about it, we would rather sit on the fence.
Hold up. Dab 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 dab. Yes. Dab 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 dab. Yes.
Sunana Yakubu, amma an fi sani na da Yaks. Abu mafi mahimmanci shine har yanzu muna zaune da kwayar cutar polio a kasar mu. Wasu sun san digon rigakafin polio, wato digo biyu da ake bada na baki. Wasu kuma ba su san da haka ba. Wasu suna tunanin wannan digo guda biyu sau ɗaya kawai ya wadatar. Shin digo biyu ya wadatar? Bari mu bincika. Yaya aiki?
Lafiya kalau.
Digon mai guda biyu kawai zai isa soya kosai?
Ba zai isa ba.
To, ta ce ba zai isa ba. Ina zuwa. Na gode. Shin za ki amfani da digon nono guda biyu kawai ki dama fura?
A'a, ba zai yiwu ba gaskiya. Saboda nonon ne yake taimakawa wurin dama fura.
Na gode. Tambaya nake, shin digon ruwa biyu kawai zai isa haɗa shayi?
Ai ba zai yiwu a haɗa ruwa da shayi da digon ruwa biyu ba. Dalili kuwa ai ba zai isa mutum ba. Dole sai ya kai kaman kofi ɗaya.
Barka da.
Barka gare.
Da Allah tambaya nake so yi.
Allah sa na sani.
Shin digon man fetur guda biyu, digon man fetur guda biyu zai isa ya sa wannan mashin aiki?
A'a, ba zai sa shi aiki ba gaskiya.
Dalili ba?
Saboda ai bai wadace shi ba.
Haba.
Kwarai da gaske.
To nan ina zaka?
Dan je nan bayani.
Da Allah bari bi ka. Allah bai na wani.
Lafiya Allah.
Kwayan gishiri biyu kadai. Shin zai isa ya sa naman nan daɗi?
A gaskiya ba zai isa ya sa naman nan daɗi ba. Sai an ɗan sa gishirin da yawa tukuna, sannan a haɗa, sannan ya garwaye naman har ya yi daɗi.
Na gode. Kuma yadda muka je, digo biyu kawai bai sa ya wadatar da wani abu mai ma'ana ba. Haka ma digon rigakafin polio. Dole ne yaro ko yarinya su samu digo biyu akai-akai na rigakafin polio. Wannan digo biyu akai-akai shi zai wadatar wajen kare yaro ko yarinya daga kamuwa da cutar koko kowace irin cutar polio.
La, my name is Femi Anikula Pokuti. This is just to tell you, beg you, plead with you, don't let anybody lure you into being violent. It's very important for us to have a peaceful elections. We need to think about the future of this country, of our children. We can be a great nation. And the first step is desist from being violent. Let's have a peaceful elections.
European imperial adventure in Nigeria was essentially an enterprise in exploitation. Early in the days of imperialism, economic policy, particularly in the field of banking and currency, were crafted for the benefit of the enterprise. Among the results of British adventurism in Nigeria was a successful demonetization of the traditional currencies in the 19th and 20th century. In their place was introduced the British monetary system, consisting of the coins and notes. These forms of money thus became a common denominator for economic exchange in colonial Nigeria. Following the attainment of political independence in 1960, Nigerian authorities had to introduce what might be described as truly Nigerian currencies. Nigeria has used various forms of currencies, including cowries and manillas during the British Nigerian colonial rule. Pounds and shillings was Nigeria's legal tender. On July 1, 1959, the Central Bank of Nigeria issued the first indigenous Nigeria currency in the denominations of 5 shillings, 10 shillings and 1 pound notes, which saw the end to the West African Currency Board notes and coins, which has been in existence since 1912. As the saying goes, change is constant. On July 1, 1962, the new government of Nigeria saw the need to change the legal tender status of the currency to reflect the country's new status. In 1963, following the attainment of a republican status, a political decision was taken to replace the existing currency note due to its misuse and as a war strategy. This was in compliance with the CBN Decree No. 51 of December 30, 1967. Since at the time of the decree, the country was engaged in a civil war that lasted between 1967 to 1970. To this end, a decision to remove all the stocks of the new notes to a branch of the CBN and all the sub-centers was taken in June 1964. Meanwhile, implementation began on July 1, 1965. However, the old and new currency still bore pictures of Nigeria's main export commodity, cocoa, groundnut, and palm produce. In March 1971, the then head of state announced that Nigeria would change the decimal currency. As of January 1, 1973, the Nigerian currency was decimalized. This development in the country's currency history did put an end to the use of Nigeria's pounds, shillings, and pence. Meanwhile, in their place came the naira and kobo. The major currency note was called naira, and it was equivalent to 10 shillings. The minor currency note was called kobo, 100 of which make 1 naira. 6 months to January 2, 1973, the date the new currency came into use, the CBN introduced coins in the value of 1 kobo, 10 kobo, and 25 kobo into the economy. The bank embarked on this line of action with a directive to shops and stores to fix prices of their commodity into the new as well as the old currency unit. The advanced arrangement was meant to provide enough enlightenment to members of the public. On its part, the Decimal Currency Board of the CBN, through its publicity unit, embarked on the distribution of posters, conversion table, leaflets, and other publications to educate the public on the decimalization arrangement. The 1970s experienced a significant increase in the volume of economic activities in Nigeria, with a phenomenal growth in the volume of commercial transactions coupled with the oil boom of the decade. On 2nd July 1979, for a takeoff, the new currency were in 4 various denominations of bank notes, which were 50 kobo, 1 naira, 5 naira, and 10 naira. The change that took place was a major one, and this involved both currency notes and coins. Meanwhile, the major unit of currency, which used to be 1 pound, ceased to exist, and the 1 naira, which was equivalent to 10 shillings.
To PTV Today, I am Lilian Ghazi. The Chairman, House Committee on Capital Markets and Institutions, Tajuddin Yusuf, says a better understanding of the capital and commodity markets in Nigeria will give the necessary edge for Nigerian farmers to compete at international level. Speaking when he appeared on PTV News, Yusuf said the second Capital Market Stakeholders Forum holding in Abuja today will provide the platform to look at the nation's capital markets in the post-recession era and infrastructure needed for the sector to move forward. The forum, which holds at the Sheraton Hotel Abuja, would look at three burning topics which are post-recession, infrastructure provision, and the commodity market in Nigeria. The second edition of the Capital Market Stakeholders Forum will be coming to you live from our studios. Stay glued on BTV. Moving on now, Senate President Bukola Saraki has denied reports that juicy offers are being made to him by the presidency as part of ongoing discussions with the ASU Rock and leadership of the ruling APC. In a statement circulated on Monday, Saraki said it is myopic for anyone to be talking about certain offers being made because what is at stake is the future of the country and its democracy. He said those who are reducing the context of what is happening to offer money and oil blocks, as widely reported in some quarters, are reducing the major national issues involving key actors to personal benefits and preferences. Senator Ademola Adeleke on Saturday emerged the winner of the PDP governorship primaries in Osun State. The primaries was presided over by the Bayelsa State Governor Serike Dixon. Adeleke, who is popular for his dance moves, scored 1,569, and its closest contender, Akin Ogunbiyi, scored 1,562, following a recount. The request to have a recount was moved by some party agents and was done to assure all stakeholders that no one was shortchanged. Dixon, after the exercise, said the process marked the beginning of a very long journey. And in Ogun State, former Green Eagles skipper Segun Odebami has declared his intention to run in the Ogun governorship elections in 2019. Odebami made his intention known when he led supporters of the party to the Labour Party Secretariat in Abeokuta, Ogun State at the weekend. He said he was declaring his intention because he believed that he has a lot to contribute to the socio-economic development of Ogun State. Governor Muhammad Bindo of Adamawa has described as malicious and false an online report alleging that he gave 70 million naira to organizers of Saturday's rally in Yola by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, the presidential aspirant of the People's Democratic Party. Bindo, in a statement on Sunday signed by Special Advisor Press and Media Affairs Martins Dixon, said the reports trying to portray him as engaging in anti-party activities was a cheap blackmail by those worried about his rising profile and that of the APC in the state. The statement reiterated the governor's commitment to remain focused on fulfilling his campaign promises in line with his party's manifesto. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Jeffrey Oyama, has revealed that he and the federal government will look into allegations of travel agents who cancelled the return tickets of some Nigerians who were stranded in Russia after the 2018 World Cup. Oyama disclosed this at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport when receiving 155 returnees who were currently stranded at the World Cup. He said despite allegations made by the returnees, there were some signs that the returnees may have traveled to Russia not only to watch the World Cup. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has admonished Nigerians in diaspora to stop depending on social media for news about the country. The minister said this in Washington at a meeting with the Nigerian ambassador to USA, Justice Sylvanus Nsofo, and the embassy's members of staff. The meeting is on the sideline of a high-level roundtable attended by ministers organized by the Atlantic Council, an American think tank on international affairs. Mohammed said that social media are largely purveyors of fake news and misinformation which could threaten the peace of a nation, and that social media is aggravating the Nigerian situation, creating the impression that the country is at war, ethnic and religious crisis. He noted that Nigeria is at peace, safe for investment, and government is working very hard in its fight against corruption and to ensure security and the economic improvement. Oti said that 5 suspects have spokesman Brigadier General Texas Chukwu said this in a statement issued in Maiduguri. According to Chukwu, the troops repelled an ambush by the insurgents and killed many of them in gun battles at Sasawa in Babangida local government area of Yobe. He, however, added that the army recorded some casualties without providing details. Chukwu explained that the report indicated that the insurgents' originally plan was to attack and loot Babangida markets. He added that they aborted the mission and laid ambush for the troops on patrol. The army spokesman added that additional men had been deployed to reinforce the patrol, while the Air Force is on aerial surveillance to track the fleeing terrorists. Chukwu also called on members of the affected communities not to panic over the developments, which he says is under control. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board says it has remitted another 7.8 billion naira to the federal government. The board's head media and information, Fabian Benjamin, made this known on Sunday in Lagos. Benjamin said that the amount was the surplus generated from the conduct of the board's 2018 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. No fewer than 17,000 intending pilgrims for this year's Hajj have been registered in the biometric data capturing system as of July 19th. National Hajj Commission of Nigeria said this through a statement issued by its spokesperson Fatima Usara, disclosed this in a statement in Abuja. He added that over 5,000 visas had also been issued within the period. The Hajj Commission said the registration was provided free by the Saudi Arabian authorities for only intending pilgrims, adding that anyone who paid for the service should return to the center for refunds. Meanwhile, the first batch of 445 Nigerian pilgrims from Kogi arrived in Medina on Saturday aboard the inaugural flight for the pilgrimage. An advanced team of medical officials, feeding and accommodation committees had earlier arrived in Saudi Arabia ahead of the inaugural flights.
Institutions, in collaboration with SEC and other stakeholders, invites you to the second Capital Market Stakeholders Forum. Theme: Capital Market as a catalyst for economic growth and development. Date: Monday 23rd July 2018. Time: 9 a.m. prompt. Venue: Ladikwali Hall, Sheraton Hotel and Towers, Abuja. Special guest of honor: Professor Yemi Oshibajo, GCON SAN, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chief host: Senator Dr. Bukola Saraki, President of the Senate. Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, Speaker, House of Representatives.
Other dignitaries include Mrs. Kemi Adeosun, Minister of Finance, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, Governor CBN, Ms. Mary Uduk, Acting DG SEC, Mr. Ben Akabweze, DG Budget Office, Mr. Bimbola Ogumbanjo, President NSE, Dr. Samshuddin Usman, former Finance Minister, as well as other market experts. The Joint Committee on Capital Market and Institutions. Announcer.
National Assembly, Senate and House Committees on Capital Market and Institutions, in collaboration with SEC and other stakeholders, invites you to the second Capital Market Stakeholders Forum. Theme: Capital Market as a catalyst for economic growth and development. Date: Monday 23rd July 2018. Time: 9 a.m. prompt. Venue: Ladikwali Hall, Sheraton Hotel and Towers, Abuja. Special guest of honor: Professor Yemi Oshibajo, GCON SAN, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria.